Hello, I am back again. I am. So, ignore the washing machine and the dryer behind me. Just ignore it. Okay. So, Jo from Little Women, you can't say that she's the main character, but in the musical she is. In a lot of any musical that is from Little Women, that is created from Little Women, that is derived from Little Women, Jo is the main character. Because I think Louisa May Alcott, or yeah, that's her name, it was like Jo was her a little bit. And that's what people think. That's what they see. But in the book, it changes perspective. It'll go to Amy, and it'll go to Beth, and it'll go to Meg, and it'll go to even Teddy, you know? So it's not just a story about Jo. But I love Jo. Obviously, Jo is one of my friggin' favorite characters ever. So, there's a song, Fire Within Me, from the musical, on iTunes, about, she's so confused because Meg's getting married. I'm pretty sure by this time, spoiler alert, Beth is dead. I think Amy's getting married. She's just, I think she's alone, and she needs to move on. And this is the song where she does it. So she realizes that they'll always be with her, no matter what, and they'll always have their attic, where all of their little plays and all of their, you know, everything is just together. They're with each other forever. So she doesn't have to be alone or think she's alone, because she's always got them. So this makes me like tear up major because of my two sisters. Just trying to put the arms on the chair down because they felt too high, but they're all the way down, so I'm singing now. How do I go on? Just an empty room. All I have are memories. I need a task to do. Someone give me a task to do. I thought that somehow we would always have forever. I thought the promises we made would have a different end. I thought the love we shared would keep us as we were. It was the fire within me. We dreamed and plotted with abandon in this attic. When we were gathered here, the room became our citadel. We were amazing then, my sisters and I. They were the fire within me. In this room I knew we were alive. Nothing was too painful to survive. We'd face the world together, the four of us forever, side by side. Everything I promised them was for them. I was theirs no matter where or when. How can that be lost forever? How, when I gave everything with all my heart? It was several days before Christmas. It was several days before Christmas. The sisters sat about the parlor and grumbled about their fate. Meg, the oldest and most romantic, said, "It's not fair some girls have pretty things while we have nothing." "And it won't be Christmas without presents," said Amy with her usual pout. "And we haven't got Father to read to us," said Joe, who yearned to travel and write great books. Only Beth, sitting contented, said in a tone so sweet, even angels would have listened, "But we've got each other." "Everything I promised them is here. All of us the way we used to be. We will always have each other. They will always be the fire in my heart. Here I go, and there's no turning back. My great adventure has begun. I may be small, but I've got giant plans to shine as brightly as the sun. Here in all the smallest details of the past, here in this attic, suddenly life is something vast. The four of us, forever here at last. As unexpected as can be. Astonishing. Okay, yay! So that was fun. It was also just, I love that song. But anyways, so speaking of something, ready? I guess ready. You know the spoken part. It was several days before Christmas. It was several days before Christmas. My sister said about the parlor and grumbled about the fate. Well, Meg does say it's not fair some girls have pretty things while we have nothing. But in the book, this is what is said. I know because I read the book, and I read it, and I loved it. "And it won't be Christmas without presents," said Jo with her usual pout. Not Amy. Not Amy. I'm sorry, but it's just, you can't make Jo to be something that she's not. She is a snot sometimes. And we haven't got Father to read to us. Just Amy. Said Amy. But obviously they needed to say that because, and we haven't got Father to read to us, said Jo, who yearned to travel and write great books. So obviously it went with the sentence. It went with the moment. And I don't want to take away from the song because it's a beautiful song. But I always wanted to point that out. And now that I have, my life is complete. Woo! I don't want to really randomly die.